for us today?
The little guy.
Hey everyone, Tay here with Lift Arc, and here again, of course, with
Frank from Arc 3 Gases.
Mr. Frank.
Hello.
Ray, your favorite. Hashtag make Frank famous.
Yeah.
We are at Black Dog Salvage, the old haunt, and specifically down here at the Dog Bowl stage, which is a cool little music venue that is on campus, if you will, here at Black Dog. They run the 5 Points outdoors. In fact, there's Mr. Max from 5 Points himself over there. And here is a stage. If you guys, anyone out there used to watch Salvage Dogs, our TV show, you would have seen us reclaim this trailer from an old drive-in movie theater out by Smith Mountain Lake. It was actually built already to be a stage, but we hauled it here and added the deck and then everything in front of it that you see, including this gantry system. And they're killers. If you've ever been to the 5 Points Music Sanctuary downtown or any of the outdoor events, they know music and they know production. They're pros, which is why they are looking to modify this truss system to better hold lights and speakers instead of having to rig up some thing that's kind of sketchy every time. So really all we need to do is weld this 2-inch pipe in between these uprights, about 12 inches down. And we're down here basically in the woods. So when you need to weld in the woods, traditionally you have to haul a big heavy engine driven welder down here, which we would like to invest in at some point, but currently we don't have. And then your other option is flaking out hundreds of feet of extension cord and hoping that your 110 volt welder can pull enough amperage, likely not, from a cord that long. However, about a month ago, when we were doing the Fronius 500 I-Wave thing, you mentioned the existence of this. So what is this and how can we use it today?
This is they call it AccuPocket 150. You get and it's basically a stick welder that's battery powered. You can see we don't have it hooked up to anything.
Yeah, it's on.
But it's on, ready to weld, and it's great little stick welder. It also comes with a TIG torch to do steel and stainless TIG
and
welding.
that your trigger plugs into here.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yep.
So that means it does have high frequency.
It does a lift arc, just like they don't call it that. Lift arc is the Miller version where you touch, when you pull away, it initiates the arc.
So what do they call it?
I'm not sure.
Arc
but
lift.
Yeah.
So you would probably, look.
Has actual controls on the torch. That's awesome. So they might be starting it that way. I'm not really sure. I've not run the TIG on this. So
yeah, that would be fun. Obviously you have to inject your own gas.
Right. Yeah. Actually, but it actually flows through.
It has a
solenoid in it.
No kidding.
You'll see there's a little hole.
Actual gas hole.
Yeah.
So it's not like the old shipyard torches
where you got to
have
turn the gas on,
yeah.
then do your it's all
very
built
cool.
in. So
Wow.
So there's more than just a battery in there. There's a gas solenoid.
Yeah.
Electronics but anyway.
Well, because the DC stick welder is about the oldest form of non-oxy torch welding,
right?
Electronic welding.
Yep. Yeah, there was oxy-fuel or oxyacetylene torch for welding, and then stick was
buzz boxes.
Kind of the next thing.
Yeah, but the cool part about today is we get to do 2 birds with 1 stone. This is an actual job we need to tackle.
Yep.
And we were looking for a way to showcase this for y'all's benefit, really. New technology from Fronius, obviously available at Arc 3. But instead of just welding some coupons on the table,
we're going to do it.
Let's actually do some work.
Let's put it to the test.
And if you watch the last Fronius video, God bless you.
Yeah.
It was long and complicated.
God bless Walker.
And a good video, but a little high level. This is as simple as it gets.
Turn it on.
Yep. You don't even have to plug it in. You just turn it on and start welding.
Walker likey.
So
easy.
Real quick, the one thing people might be worried about with a battery welder is like how long does it last? So
Fronius has been, I don't know how long they've been making the battery powered AccuPocket, but it's been a while.
Okay.
And if you're familiar with Fronius, they have a whole division that's just batteries and solar power charging.
That's actually their genesis.
That's
right?
where they started, was batteries charging batteries.
Right.
So,
Speaking of which, there's the charger there. But
yep,
yeah.
exactly.
That's a beefy charger.
So if there's a one type of welder that they are probably the most equipped to develop, it's this.
Yeah, this is a very natural for them and
Right.
getting back to their roots, because that's batteries is what they do.
Yeah. Well, it's sweet because I've done a bunch of TIG welding in people's houses with railings,
Yeah.
either an alteration or fabricating in general. TIG is my go-to inside, obviously, because it's not shooting spatter everywhere. You could TIG with this.
Yeah. And you'd still have to carry your bottle and all your
Sure.
stuff, but you wouldn't be asking your homeowner, where do I plug this thing in?
Which feels a little weird. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, can I run your power bill up for the next few hours? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be pulling some serious.
Can I blow
amperage.
some of your breakers?
Yeah.
Because,
I think you said like 15 3/32
yeah,
rods.
so about 8-inch rods,
Yeah.
16 to 18 3/32 rods.
It's a decent sized job. I mean, that's
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
of your holster full of rods.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For this, I mean,
this isn't production floor welder.
no.
This is for when you've got to get up on a ladder, roof, in
Yeah.
the woods.
And throw some stats up on the screen for you. But let's knock this job out.
Yeah.
Well,
I know you're very well dressed today, but you ready to do a little work?
Yeah, I got a welding jacket in the
Sweet.
truck.
Hey, you can prepare.
Cool. Well, we're gonna set up some ladders. I think we gotta trim about 1/2 inch off the total length of this, and then we'll
Cool.
Vámonos. So step one.
I'll
Step
take
it. Yeah.
Step one is
step one
that's
right there. I'm gonna take the flap wheel on the grinder, measure down about 1 foot, and grind off the paint, and then we will take an accurate measurement from those locations up high, cut the tube to length, and then we'll secure it in place with ratchet straps, and then we'll fire up the old iPod over there and do some welding,
I think it's the first Fronius I've seen without a touch screen.
Yeah,
which is fine.
yeah. It's just fine.
I mean, ARC3 should feel awful happy to have someone that's good for the out-facing
Yeah.
member of their team.
I
guess what I'm trying to say is you represent the company.
Oh,
well.
thanks.
And you look good too.
Just a pretty face.
Can you tell we're trying to weasel a deal on this
Yeah.
battery welder? Frank, you're so handsome.
Yeah, what's the price now?
Frank, have you noticed, Frank, yet that these the corner members of this truss used to be square?
Yeah, it's going to be
There you go.
round pipe.
There you go. We need to get an up-high exact measurement, don't we? 274 and an 1/8. Okay.
Frank, do you have a cutoff wheel?
As a matter of fact,
Help! I need a cutoff wheel.
I brought 2 different ones. It's just, well, it's ceramic, so it's not really like standard cutoff wheel. But if you don't have a hub or your
Right.
flange there, this will screw right on. This is
That's a thick boy.
pretty thick. You can cut and do a little bit of light grinding with it.
Yeah, light grinding.
Yeah, but it will make a wider curve.
And take a little longer. I like the thin boys.
Yeah.
Let's try this.
Yeah, but I don't have, look at that, you got one. Perfect.
I'll leave home without it.
Yeah. So that's Sait brand.
Yeah, the Sait Ultimate Cut.
Yep.
Let's give it a whirl. Yeah, that actually cut really fast.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
That's good old ceramic grain. Fast cut, long lasting.
What are most of them? Zirconium or something?
Zirconium's mid grade, and then aluminum oxide is
That's right.
the
Frank and I will start it, and then I'll climb this ladder. It's really just a long con to get Frank to work for us.
yeah. I need a box like that.
Dude, the red one?
No, the black one that
one
says
that
This is
Frank.
Frank's.
Oh my god. Yeah, I got several.
Frankish. What is that?
It's German, I guess.
How do you say that though with the
Frank.
little
Frank. Yeah. Uh-oh, quick, you found us.
Did y'all get permission to do this?
Can we do this?
Sure.
Okay, we got permission.
This is one of those.
I was just coming to see what you guys are up to. You mounting the bar, huh? Hey, Frank.
Yeah.
Good to see
Good
you.
to see you.
We got Frank here, and Max from 5 Points is in there doing some cable management.
Awesome.
So this is that tube that I talked about, that I told you about. You like
Yeah.
where it's at?
Do you like the tube?
You know, as far as tubes are concerned, it looks like a pretty good place.
All right.
You know,
That's good, because it's going to be there forever.
it's tube-esque. Yeah, good
You
job.
know what else is tube-esque? Look at these.
Well tubed.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they
These have filled with water
they
and
ruptured?
expanded.
Yeah,
This
this
top-
is
this
fully
top-
round now.
it's settled.
It's got a
now.
weep hole now.
Now it's busted. Yeah.
I noticed that. I'm like, wait, it's square up top and round down low.
Yeah, that's a very specialized piece of pipe there. That's for sure.
Someone told me that all square tube starts as round that then gets formed. Have you heard? Do you know that? That came from one of the commenters on our YouTube, so it has to be true.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, who am I to call bullshit on that?
Tell the folks about the summer concerts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you've been living in a hole somewhere, then haven't been to the Dog Bowl or been to Black Dog Salvage, you're missing quite the opportunity. This is our 6th year of having concerts here and we call it the Dog Bowl. You know, kind of like the one in the Rose Bowl. So this is our Dog Bowl. It's an old trailer that's been converted. It's one of our salvage jobs, and it's a lot of fun. If you've never been, come. It's on a Saturday. The first one is May 3rd. Put it up right there. And it's going to be a good season. You know, we hope for good weather, but beer, wine, food, lots of people, and it's a really cool venue. Once you see it at night, it's amazing. And we got something like this in the Roanoke Valley. Yeah.
Packed but not crowded.
Yeah, it's cozy, we like to
Yeah.
call it. So come see us, and if you want to find us at blackdogsalvage.com, and you can go to or thedogbowl.com or something. Find us somewhere, something.com.
Go to .com.
Go to searchit.com.
www.com.
That's a good idea. I think I'll go get that domain right now.
See what we're playing with today? Battery powered stick.
This is just for small jobs.
Well, it'll burn 15 330 seconds rods on one
You
charge.
can do some weld. You can't put a boat together with that, but that's
Half a boat.
you can put a couple of
Then
panels
you
on
take a
there.
break while it charges back
Yeah.
up. Let it rip.
Let's see what happens. Oh, gonna adjust sensitivity on that. Oh, baby. Let's go.
It welds.
That's buttery.
Yeah? Butter.
That is the quietest welder.
That's a nice bead, man.
Yeah.
To it. Everybody, y'all be good to yourself. Enjoy whatever you enjoy. What's the name of y'all's company?
Nice shirt, by the way.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Yeah, we've got some, though, at the store now, I think. So I'll get you something nice.
I'll weld it. That's awesome. Hell, I'm still here. Let's do some overhead. I hate overhead. Oh yeah. Overhead stick is rough.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what the machine you're using, that's I was filling a gap there, so it might have been a little hot for that. But. Where we're going, we don't need a slag hammer. Oh yeah, just filled a big old hole with a stick welder. Not something I thought I could do.
How much stick do you do, Frank? Or
I
have you
do
done?
just enough. Just enough to show a piece of it. You know, I can. I've actually passed a performance qualification. I have paperwork that says I can stick weld.
More than I got.
Yeah.
It's more than I got. The middle ones are kind of welded out. The ends are sort of just tacked in. So I'm gonna jump around now and finish them off. the size of a quarter. So I'm just going around the outside. Around the outside.
Right on the outside. Maybe we should work with M&M to introduce a new welding mask line. It's lighter on your head, and they can call it the Slim Shady.
Slim Shady.
Nice.
Yeah.
Miller already has that weird like paintball mask looking thing.
Yeah.
It's just the face.
Right. Yeah, a little bit. That's right on.
It's an ultra light welding mask.
I've been welding under a car before and wishing that this was not so big.
Yeah.
Just had a little.
I would have to get M&M's permission, but I'm surprised nobody's come up with that yet.
Strong weld can still be an ugly weld.
That's the advantage of a job like this. There's not a lot of people that are going to notice your welds from down there.
If they notice my welds, they need to drink more beer.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be you in the crowd noticing.
Yeah.
There'll be a band up here. Everybody will be looking at the band, and then there'll be Tay going.
I haven't been counting sticks, but I think it's
I've gone through about
five or six. Yeah.
And you know, it's not perfect because I'm bad at this.
Well,
Come on. And so, you know, getting a few stuck, which when it's stuck, it's shorting out pretty heavy. And
I'm sure they came up with that number of rods per charge by put a weld, you know, put a stick in, weld till it's a stub.
Yeah.
Put another one in, and one right after
someone who
another in
actually
lab.
does
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. And it's rarely.
Dr. White did conversation.
I think she's dead.
Well, so I was doing a little cosmetic dress up there at the end, and the battery finally ran out. So I'm not good at stick welding. I'm good enough to be confident in my welds, but I'm not so good that I can hit the ideal start and stop technique, which they probably measured the battery life on. But still, I burned 6 or 7 rods.
Yeah.
I mean, this is truly one of those like get you out of jail
Yeah.
machines. You know, I was welding a 2-inch pipe to a 1-inch square tube, so I was filling those gaps on the other side and just like going around and around and around, which, you know, isn't usually a thing you do with proper fit up. Well, it's sweet. We were able to do this job, no generator, no extension cords,
Quiet.
and it was
peaceful.
quiet, peaceful. We got her done up, man. I think we're good to go.
Awesome, man. I'll try to get approval on that as quick as I can.
All right.
Okay, I think it'll hold your thing.
I'm 250, so.
Oh, the soapstone.
If I had a nickel for every time I dropped and broke soapstone, I'd be able to buy a Fronius Acupuncture. But yeah, it's a stick welder. It's a DC power source.
Yeah.
So you can do a lot with that. You know,
Right on.
Typically, you could take a DC power source, a stick or TIG welder, and you could run a spool gun, or I don't know if you can do that with this. Probably not. But you need all that signaling and stuff in there.
Yeah, just stick and DC TIG,
Yeah,
which is a lot.
that is a lot.
And you can buy that without the TIG option on it,
Oh,
and
okay.
it saves you $1,000 or so.
Really?
So from 48 down into the mid 3,000 range, you get just the stick. And
Okay.
It still comes in the box, and it doesn't have the gas valve in it. But
Yeah.
I'd want to have the option for TIG because that's pretty exciting to do what you did here, but be TIG welding.
Well, the fact that it has the gas inlet and the solenoid
Yeah.
and everything in there is not something you get with some of these like
yeah.
stick first TIG afterthought machines. you
Right.
know. It
Which
was
you-
not an afterthought
With
this.
it would, if it was just the stick version, you could still TIG off of it with an external
Right.
gas
Just
valve.
mix your own gas in.
Yep. So I think it's a nice little niche in the market.
Yeah. Well, that was a real world test
Yeah.
of the AccuPocket 150.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an I?
Nope, just the
Before I?
AccuPocket 50.
AccuPocket 150.
Yep, nice and simple.
150 amps, I guess, right?
150 on TIG, 140 on stick.
Got it.
A little
Yeah,
bit less.
it
But
needs a little more
140
horsepower.
is plenty for 1/8 inch rod.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's hot. You need
Yeah.
like 1/4 inch metal to run that. Very quick, without wasting any more of your time. check out Black Dog Salvage, of course. We were on a fun little TV show for about 8 years. There's reruns of Salvage Dogs on Discovery Plus, if you're into that. Come, if you're in Roanoke or the surrounding area, definitely got to come to the Dog Bowl Summer Concert Series this summer, put on by the good folks at 5 Points Outdoors. They know production, they get killer bands, and it's just an awesome natural amphitheater out here. And yeah, who doesn't love having a beer in the woods listening to music? So come support local, support live music in general, but if you're in Roanoke, come to this one. Arc 3 Gases stores all up and down the East Coast.
Yep.
To find all the stuff. Links in the description for all the stuff we used today. Go in person. I love the in-person experience at Arc 3. It's one of my favorites.
Come by our, if you're in Roanoke at Black Dog,
Yeah.
we're 10 minutes away.
They've supported us for many decades, actually, here and in my shop. So support them if you're in the market for that stuff. And thank you, sir, for bringing it by. Always good
You're
to
welcome.
see you.
It's fun.
Like and
Yeah.
subscribe, please and thank you. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Spike.
Bye.